Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Hello and happy bank holiday weekend. It's Coronation Day if you are listening to this on the day that it goes out, Saturday 6th of May 2023, and if you are celebrating, have fun. Don't worry, I don't need you to swear allegiance to neither this podcast nor the show on which it is based. It is Mark Denholm from The Breakfast Show, Monday to Friday, 6 until 10, apart from, of course, this week and next week, where Monday's a bank holiday. On the way today in episode 219 of the podcast, the inefficiencies of entering the London Marathon, things taken from a hotel room, the downside to AI, veganism isn't as healthy as you think, a mobile phone disaster, and the downside to having bits on the side on the way.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Streaming from Slough, loud across the net, this is Mark Denholm at Breakfast Morning, and welcome to Tuesday. Thinking back to the London Marathon and entering the ballot following a shower thought, all well and good, but the problem with the London Marathon is when you enter it, you don't know whether you're successful in the ballot or not until long after you would have had to start training. And therefore, I think London Marathon need to fix up on that and become more efficient.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
I want to compile today the top 5 of things that are more than likely to go missing from a hotel. And Hayley, morning to you on air at atomradio.co.uk is what Hayley did. Morning to you. If you've emailed as well, then I will get to you. If you haven't, then do it on air at atomradio.co.uk. Hayley says, I used to work in a hotel, and one room I went in and the guests had checked out early. However, when I went in to clean it, the first thing that we used to do was take the bedding off and swap it for the new bedding, and then we tidy up. Well, I didn't have to take the bedding off because they'd taken everything. The sheet, the duvet cover and the pillow covers were all gone, and there was absolutely nothing left except for the mattress and the bed frame and the pillows. Everything that you could take off the bed had been taken off the bed. Unbelievable. Obviously, they needed new bed sheets at home and thought, I know where I'll get them from for cheap.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
The top 5 of things you think most likely to go missing from a hotel room stack up like this. And number 5, other people's valuables. And number 4, toiletries, shampoos, conditioners and towels. And number 3, complimentary tea and coffee. And number 2, a painting off the wall. And at number 1, in the things most likely to go missing from a hotel, and this is quite surprising, the entire bedding.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
You know, yesterday, the Google bloke quit his job and spoke out about the dangers of AI. IBM says it will pause hiring as the CEO says around 7,800 non-customer facing roles could be replaced by AI and automation within the next 5 years. I am wondering, therefore, if you're 18 this year, you're going to do your A-levels, then go to university, what exactly do you hope to do, given it appears that AI wants to take over absolutely everything? What is it that you think you can do after you finish university? Strange one that, isn't it? AI is going to do us all out of jobs, I reckon, other than incredibly skilled jobs. Maybe for this generation, the next one, but, you know, within a couple of generations' time, is there anything that AI won't be able to do? And will you still be able to get a job? Imagine the unemployment figures in maybe 50, 75 years' time.
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Today, the 3rd of May, is Garden Meditation Day. Not for me, it isn't. I'm not really... I don't have the patience for meditation, to be honest. And, you know, no, the grass needs cutting. I'm not sitting in the garden to meditate. I'll just be thinking about the grass needing cut. Today is also, and you can count me out on this as well, 2 different coloured shoes day. You can count me out on that today. I have a pair on, and I'm happy with that decision.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
In other news, vegan diets are less healthy than those including meat, eggs and milk. This is a major review, a report by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, which looked at more than 500 studies, concluded that animal sources of food offer crucial sources of much-needed nutrients, including protein, fats and carbs, as well as iron, calcium and zinc, which are vital for health and development, it says. That's not going to please the vegans, is it? They'll be banging the drum when they hear of that report.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Thursday today, and a survey has been done, and this reveals the worst things with Britain's phones. The survey's been done by HMD Global, and they asked them about their phone habits that make them cringe. Therefore, I want to know today what has been the worst thing that has happened involving your phone. And I absolutely love this. First in today is Michael, on air at atomradio.co.uk. If you want to get involved, I don't know whether we'll better this all day or not. And if you are Michael's wife, I don't know that you'll be happy that he's told me this or not. However, Michael was doing a nice thing, putting up an appreciation post on social media regarding his wife. And he'd taken some photos on a day out, and he selected them all, went to post them to Facebook. However, this is where the disaster then strikes. He posted a lovely caption, "Aren't I the luckiest man in the world? Look at my beautiful wife." And then noticed that there were some likes on these photos before someone then messaged him and said, "I think there's one in there that you may want to take down." What had happened was, in amongst the ones he wanted to post, he had unfortunately also selected a nude and posted that online too. Oh no!
Mark Denham.
At Breakfast Podcast.
Today, Friday, heading into the weekend, I would like to know from you, what are the downsides to having more than one relationship partner? For some, it may be an absolute dream come true, but what I want to know though are, what are the downsides to having more than one relationship partner? On air at atomradio.co.uk, how you get in touch on any given day, including today. And I have to say, I'm not really certain on this one, but thank you anyway, Craig. Got to be more careful with the increased risks of unwanted diseases. All right, you brought the show down to a level, Craig, that I didn't really want to go to. But thank you so much, though, for getting involved today anyway. And have a lush Friday, my friend. And hopefully you can stay free of what you're advising that we should stay free of as well.
Mark Denham.
At Breakfast Podcast.
Earlier in the week, I asked what was on your to-do list for the bank holiday weekend. And we found out then that I do have a listener with impeccable taste whose plans for this bank holiday weekend include visiting a National Trust site. All right? Now, that's pretty decent and moral. And then we get that on Friday. The downside of having a bit on the side is you have to be careful with your diseases. Yes. Clearly, therefore, is a mix of people who listen to my show on a daily basis. But just know that I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you so much to anyone that listens and anyone that ever gets in touch with an email as well. It is a bank holiday weekend across the UK. The King's coronation today, the 6th of May, if you are listening to it on the day it comes out. Therefore, Monday will be a bank holiday, and the show returns on Tuesday, and we'll do Tuesday until Friday. This coming week, it's 6 until 10, and you can listen on atomradio.co.uk, on the online radio box app, on TuneIn, on Streamer, and on your smart speaker. Play Atom Radio from TuneIn.
Mark Denham.
At Breakfast Podcast.